you something about loser lesbians that they don't want you to know. They don't want to date people like themselves. They want to date you. And they don't like that women are starting to realize that, hey, I can be a lesbian and I can have standards. I can be a lesbian and I can be ambitious. That is pissing them off. That people are finally starting to wake up and realize that they deserve better. And the reason why they're freaking out, because they wouldn't
at that.
Lesbian.
Lesbians.
Lesbians. Lesbian.
Lesbians. Lesbians.
Lesbian.
Lesbians.
Lesbians.
Lesbians. Lesbians.
That's right, guys. We're here to talk about lesbians, right? And guys, the thing about these lesbians, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna date chicks now, and there's not gonna be these cisgendered hetero men around, so it's gonna be sunshine and rainbows, and we're all gonna share tampons and scissor each other. And then what happens, guys? They start dating chicks and realize
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
everything us men say about chicks is 100% true. Guys, lesbians are the biggest simps, and they get played more than anyone else, man. It's absolutely insane. They're one of the only groups that can actually understand what some of us men are going through. So guys, let's go to the Dumpster Fire Knows TikTok and look at more of these dunderheaded 304s whining about dating chicks. Let's get into this.
I'm gonna tell you something about loser lesbians that they don't want you to know. They don't want to date people like themselves. They want to date you. And they don't like that women are starting to realize that, hey, I can be a lesbian and I can have standards. I can be a lesbian and I can be ambitious. That is pissing them off. That people are finally starting to wake up and realize that they deserve better. And the reason why they're freaking out, because they wouldn't freak out. This wouldn't be a huge hot discourse if they were just dating like-minded people. But no, they are literally trying to leech after people who have well-paying jobs, after people who they know, okay, this person has a vision, and they can just kick back and not do anything, continue to complain about how a system sucks, and also at the same time say, well, I'm not contributing to it, but guess what? They only want to date people who are working within that system to fund their lifestyle of just complaining and doing nothing. And when I say loser lesbians, let me define that for you, okay? A loser lesbian is the type of person that has zero ambition to do absolutely anything, and they have all the opportunity to do so. Instead, they just want to sit and complain about how the system isn't fair, but they just want to leech off people that are a part of that system. So it's like the best of both worlds. They can be hands off, but at the same time, they're from a distance, right? Their girlfriend is their mommy, and they don't like that all these videos are coming out that I'm saying something about, hey, have standards. Because I'll tell y'all this, if you exist, the person for you exists. You want somebody that is driven, she's out there. I know it. Just be patient. People have this idea that, oh, time is against them. I gotta lower my standards. Why the would you lower your standards and date a loser and be with a loser that's gonna drain you mentally, physically, financially? Why would you do that to yourself? These bums are everywhere. Filter them.
Are you telling me that once she started dating chicks, she opened herself up to a whole bunch of lazy, good-for-nothing dunderheads who wanted to sap her bank account and be taken care of like a child? You don't say, right, guys? You don't say. It seems like there's a group of men on the internet who've been telling you that this is a thing forever.
You stupid woman.
Clown world. Look at that. I told you guys. I told you. These women who date women, that's the only way that they can understand how worthless and good for nothing all these other 304s are. Only the lesbian can actually understand. Look at that. Guys, this chick here is being shamed for her standards just like us men. Someone says, yup, As an ambitious lesbian attorney, I'm looking for someone who can match my ambition. Someone says, like, why are you unemployed, and ask me about my spare bedroom? This chick says, I made a video talking about my non-negotiables as a lesbian. I said she had to be college educated, hardworking, grounded, stable. People in my comments were so mad. Guys, this is the same as us guys saying no single moms, right? No bad credit, no tattoos. These chicks are gonna be mad. This chick says, my last partner freeloaded off me for 5 months, and all I wanted was for her to tap into her passion because I'm going back to school. I caught her bragging about freeloading. Look at that, guys. Look at that. This chick says, I went on a date with a woman that didn't make a lot of money, but she told me that she had a standard that her woman make double what she makes. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, do you think that we can adopt the term loser lesbians? We didn't put it out there. She did. You know? Look at that. Clown world. Guys, what kind of filter is this? Like, what is going on here? Like, let's just... She looks like a poorly drawn cartoon character, right?
You stupid woman!
Look at that.
Why is dating so f***ing hard these days, especially if you're a lesbian? Like, I have been through a lot in life, right? I've had my heart broken, I've had plenty of relationships, but I am still a romantic at heart. Like, I'm realistic, but I'm also a romantic at heart. Like, I still want my person. I still want my soulmate. I feel like that's out there. And that's what I want. Like, I'm not gonna settle for less than that, because that's who I am. I'm a Scorpio. I am a deep person. I am intense. That I feel things intensely. I feel things deeply. When I am with someone and I am into somebody. So that's what I want in life. I want that deep, fulfilling connection with someone. But these days, I mean, not only is it hard just for straight people, but like, if it's hard for straight people, which it is, or so I hear, really, really that much harder for gay and lesbian people.
Look at that.
Especially lesbians, because we're so picky. Like, a lot of people that are not lesbians don't realize that, but a lot of us are pretty picky. Like, we have specific types that we like, and other women are the same way, right? So, our dating pool is already so much smaller, right? So, if you only look at a certain number of people who are in that criteria of the type you like, you also have to look at compatibility, lifestyle compatibility, all of those things, right? Are they in your state? Are they in your city? Are they halfway across the country? Are they in another country, right? Like, there's so many factors that make it so difficult. And on top of that, a lot of women just act like they're so unserious about it. Like, they get on these dating apps and, you know, if you do connect with someone and you actually start talking to them, there'll be people that'll text you every day, weeks on end, text you, talk to you for a month or more, right? But they never make any attempt to meet you in person or put in any effort. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you on a dating site? Why are you talking to me? Why are you wasting people's time? Like, what are you doing? Figure your stuff out. Leave people alone if you don't actually want to put in the effort to get to know them or see them. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be like whiny or annoying, but that's the reality of it, right? Like, you have to swipe left 200 times just to find one person that you might connect with and vibe with, and then half the time there's no conversation, or they ghost you, or...
Gee, sounds like she's being treated like a man, right, guys? Isn't it funny how that works, guys? Right? No conversation, they ghost you, they're entitled, right? But this is what you chose when you decided to date chicks.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They get hung up on something silly like politics, and they make that a deal breaker. Or
Look at that.
I don't know, y'all. It's just, I have been single for over 3 years, and like I said, I've been in plenty of relationships in my life, but the older you get, the higher your standards get, the more you know what you want, right? That's by my experience. So I know what I want. I know what my standards are. I know what I'm willing and not willing to accept. Am I perfect? No, of course I'm not. There's plenty of things I need to work on, improve. There's a lot of areas in my life I would like to be better in, right? But that's everybody. And you can't wait for everything to be perfect to find your person, because then you never will find your person, right? And that's what part of finding your person, it makes life better, because you have your person as a support system, and
Blah, 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 blah. She's cooked, right, guys? But guys, I thought that it would be so much better without us guys around, right? That it was nothing but girls, and there was none of that, right? And now she's finding out the hard way. You moron.
A pot smoking slut.
Look at that, guys. Look at that, guys. Point and laugh. Clown world.
There's a very well-known meme in the lesbian space, which is the skeleton that's sitting on a park bench and it has the words over it, lesbians waiting for the other person to make a move. Lesbians are terrible at dating. And I'm not saying this to throw shade. I actually coach women who are coming to terms with their queerness later in life, and they're in the middle of transitioning out of a relationship with a man and into the wonderful world of queer dating and intimacy. But I keep seeing this frustrating pattern where they get stuck. And the reason they get stuck is because they take on this incredibly passive role. As much as we like to think that feminism has advanced us so much, in straight dating, women are still expected to be passive. It is still looked upon negatively when a woman takes charge in dating and in intimacy. Women are encouraged to let men do everything. And so what tends to happen when women come out later in life after exclusively dating men is they get on the dating apps and nothing happens. I really believe that that is because of heteronormative culture, because even if you are a lesbian who came out at a very young age, who has never dated men, you are still influenced by this culture. You can't not be. It's the water that we're all swimming in. And even the lesbians that do take charge, the lesbians or just queer women in general, because this isn't specific to lesbians, by the way, it's any women who date other women, they will often only take charge because they identify as masc. But that is just another version of heteronormativity. That is someone being the man and someone being the woman. And that's literally everything that we rebel against as queer women. When idiotic men ask us, who's the man and who's the woman in your relationship?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. How did she bring us into this, right, guys? What does this have to do with us? This is their problem. Is she actually acting like we have something to do with this?
You stupid woman!
The joy is there is no man. We don't want there to be, and we don't want to emulate anything that makes it feel like there's a man here, because we don't really like men. The reason this is on my mind at the moment is because I'm working with a beautiful client. She's never dated women, and so I got her to download a whole bunch of the apps, and then we revisited it a couple of weeks later when I saw her again. And when I asked her, what do you think of the app? She was like, I don't like it. But here's the thing. Apps are the way that most people meet each other now. And apps allow us to connect with people that we would never normally connect with in real life, particularly as queer women, by the way, because there aren't that many of us around. We need all the resources that we can get to be able to connect with one another. So I really pushed her on this. And when I pushed her, what I found was the thing that she wasn't liking about it is that she'd had all these message threads that had started with various women that had kind of petered out and not gone anywhere. And it was frustrating her and making her feel really disheartened and kind of like dejected. And I said to her, I'm going to just hazard a guess here. You're used to the other person taking the lead because you've been dating men, and you're waiting for one of these women to do something. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was doing that, but yes, I am. And I was like, and I'm going to let you know that you don't have to do that anymore.
You can be the one to take the lead. You can be the one to
You
organize.
don't have to do that in heterosexual relationships. Guys, with all this M2 and all this foolishness, it actually would be a benefit to women if they start approaching the guys that they like, but they're not going to do it. Look at this foolishness.
The date. And you know what? It's actually really hot. It is so sexy when a woman takes charge. And it doesn't need to be a whole big thing. You can literally just be like, hey, I've noticed that we're kind of in danger right now of becoming online pen friends, and I'm not about that. I'd really like to meet. And do you know what? You have a gorgeous smile, and I would love to see that smile in real life. So how's about I buy you a drink? It can still be a collaborative process. It's just that you are the one who is getting that ball moving. You are the one.
Blah, 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 blah. Never going to happen, guys. Once again, chicks complaining about chicks acting like chicks. What an absolute joke. Look at this. I get so tired of never being approached. Look at that. Look at that, guys. These chicks are cooked. They're cooked. They want to date chicks and then expect chicks to not act like chicks. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Guys, this is not our fight. This is not our fight, guys. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. But all right, you guys, if you made it to the end of the video, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Guys, the second channel called 51304s. Please go and check that out. Guys, check out the playlist that should be coming up here in just a moment. Join my Discord. Hit the join button for membership. Thanks to all you guys that are already members. And guys, I am out of here. Have a good one.